With over 80% turnout in the last Catalan elections, it's obvious to see that this last election has seen a huge victory for the forces of pro-independence, with pro-independence party securing 70 seats out of the 135-seat assembly. It's come as a huge blow to the forces of unionism, as embodied by the Madrid central government, Manuel Rajoy, and his PP party. But more important is the symbol that it shows to key European politicians such as Guy Verhofstadt. Verhofstadt also come out furiously against the so-called pigs, Portugal, Italy, Greece and Spain. But you can also include Ireland there, suggesting that these mostly southern Mediterranean countries need to become more industrious and thrifty and mimic the efficiency of Germany, Denmark, Holland, Luxembourg and the UK in enforcing far more stricter budgetary conditions and enforcement of austerity along with ECB lines and European Union guidelines.
Well, Mr. Tsipras, welcome. You see, you don't have to be afraid of the European Parliament. You had a refusal in the beginning. I'm saying as such a big Democrat as Mr. Tsipras afraid for a debate. That cannot be true. And you are here. So I'm pleased that you are here, because it's in the European Parliament that for the first time we discuss, in fact, with you this. I think that there are no solutions possible in the case of Greece and in the case of the Eurozone when they have not the backing of democracy, are not debated in a democracy and debated here in the European Parliament. And that is what we are doing today. But I have to tell you, and you started and you said, and it's true what you said the Greeks did enormous efforts. And that's true. But the problem is not there, it's that the Greek political class didn't do enough efforts in the case of Greece. That is the problem today. And I'm angry, I have to tell you. I'm angry because you are talking about reforms, but we never see concrete proposals of reforms.
The almost racialised way in which Southern Europeans are turned against Northern Europeans makes Verhofstadt a figure who really laid the groundwork for the rise of right-wing insurgency, opposing European Union federalism and integration if it's going to be based on such racialised anti-Southern European lines, a kind of European standard which cajoles and divides. But it also has its roots in his political history when he was Prime Minister of Belgium. Coming from a Flemish liberal background, someone who believes in maintaining the union and integrity of Belgium, Verhofstadt, as a politician in his native country, had to battle against all kinds of political designs and desires from all political parties who wished to stretch the constitutional arrangement of Belgium. He was Prime Minister during a series of crises from 2004, 2007 to 2012, where we saw a huge turmoil within the Belgian political system, with Flemish speakers and also French speakers wanting to go their separate ways, unless they were able to get the desired reform. But that begs the question. Verhofstadt comes from a country that has a history of constitutional tension, where different cultures find it difficult to agree on power-sharing arrangements. Surely this means that he would err on the side of reform, urging the centralised Madrid government to listen to the concerns of the Catalan people. Verhofstadt's position is symbolic of a European Union which, of course, as the political scientist Montserrat Gubernal stated, is enslaved to the member state. It uses the rhetorical symbol of the idea of reform and modernity, but it severely lacks the ability to enforce democracy and progress on a consistent basis. We have to ask, how long can the European Union maintain itself if it betrays the interests of its smaller members, of regional interests, in favour of incredibly archaic and centralised states that do not wish to listen in any part to reform?